better you get, the harder it gets. It doesn't get easier.
The nature of the way the Interpros are, you only get one shot at these teams.
You can buy a jersey in a shop, but pull it on yourself and you've earned it. Like, you haven't just gone and gotten it. You've put in the hard work, blood, sweat and tears for that jersey.
And we're here today, we get to showcase what we're about, why we're the champions and why we plan on being champions again. And let's go out, yeah?
Work hard, girls.
Let's enjoy it and work hard.
Everybody all in, first minute. Hands in. Go! Go! Leinster on 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go!
So I let it burn.
They're not even growing. This one has actually revived itself. This one not so much. There's more weed than flower.
So when I was younger, I used to be very into it when I was younger. So I had spent I remember one of my first part-time jobs at home, spent my first load of paychecks getting custom built clubs for myself with yellow gripped handles. So these ones are still doing me good at this stage, thankfully, and I haven't outgrown them yet. So yeah, I recently got back into that. I started off golf probably from the age of 14 to 16 and played under 18 for Connacht. And was pretty good at it, but hadn't got the patience for it. So kind of got to college then and hadn't got the time with the weekends to be doing a part-time job. And given the 5 hours it might take to go around for a round of golf, I kind of fell out of love with it a little bit. But it's the kind of thing, thankfully, that you can dip back into. So
this is the fine Rathmines Road. You've got Andrews coming up on the right. Nice area, a few charity shops. It's a nice walk to do on a sunny day. Oh, look at that. Rugby 2005. I suppose I just accidentally fell into it. There would have been one on my street when I was growing up, so I just popped down there every now and again, especially when I was having my notions about how I dress and stuff. So it gave me a cheap opportunity to explore how I dress. We're sorted out for the next season.
Drops down into the silver medal. Whitlock is down into the bronze medal position. So 4 down, 4 to go, and there are a couple of good tall horse workers.
Actually from Sarah on the Leinster team, Sarah Delaney. That was during the Six Nations when I was studying for my final year exams. She used to always say I was Wonder Woman. She drew a little picture of me, a little Wonder Woman in scrubs is her little drawing. So shout out to Sarah. Yeah, that was my first cap. 13th of October in Dubai. And yeah, I love that jersey. I love that it's actually not green. At first I was kind of I'd love, you're always I want to wear the green jersey, but I feel the Celtic aspect of it is just so unique. And there's always going to be a story as to why it wasn't green, do you know? And in Dubai, yeah, it's just it's a special experience that I feel not everyone has for their first cap.
this year there was a bit of kind of apprehension as to what we were going to do in Tullamore, because obviously some of the girls are from Tullamore. So they knew, and then she said, I was like, where are we staying? What hotel are we staying in when we go down there? No, it wasn't a hotel. We were literally staying in Tullamore Rugby Club. Little things like that prepared, and then kind of what was in store after that, we didn't really know.
Probably about 10 o'clock at night, I got this mad idea to do a marae style team building, and I WhatsApped the coaching team at 10:30 at night and said, hey, how about this, marae styles? And only John and Billy knew what I meant, and I think they thought I was kind of taking the mick out of it, But then when I explained the concept and the idea of, we'll throw everyone into a big room, get our mattresses out, sleep the night there, be together as one whole big family, get the catering to come in, do all the food and singing and getting to share our stories, the rest of the management team and coaching team were like, this could be a really good idea. So if we say marae styles in New Zealand, a family and friends come over, we all put our mattresses down in our living room area and lie down there and watch TV and sleep down there. Or a marae back in New Zealand is a big meeting house, and that's where all the local tribes get together and discuss different things. And you don't leave that marae until the discussion is over, or that you feel that you've met the criteria or whatever you needed to discuss.
So in here is where I would do all of my running, luckily a stone's throw away from the house, yet I'm still lazy enough that I will drive to it. So this is one of the pitches in Clay GAA Club where I grew up, I suppose, playing football. This was my first probably sport to really get involved in. Played with the lads, or I don't know, like up probably till we moved, probably like under 10s, under 11s maybe even before we moved. Like great memories like of playing matches down here in the summertime, in the summer evenings, and like lucky enough the lads by and large accepted me as one of their own when we were playing matches. I got my own personal changing room as we got a little bit older, but I did remember like love playing in the forwards, and like I think I remember having a memory of like scoring a goal down on this pitch here at one stage with them. So yeah, it was my first love, my first proper sport that I really did love. So yeah, fond memories of growing up here and playing here.
So when I was younger I played a bit of hockey in school. When I was younger I did ballet and gymnastics as well, which was pretty crazy. But the ballet didn't really suit me. So I can step now though.
A bit of crack. It's just a silent kind of jotting down a few ideas for a couple of questions that we're going to ask, and then we're going to split into our groups and present those to the coaches.
Yes, so our cultural statement from last year was, we will be ruthless in our execution in all we do on and off the pitch. So Christy is going to explain.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, is this being videos?
We are the best and better than all of the others for a reason, but that they're constantly chasing us because of our ruthlessness and all the actions that we do, contributing what we do on the pitch, like you said, and what we do off the pitch makes it even more solid.
Like for me, this is Leinster, for me, and I've said this to you before, this is Leinster if it includes us. This is Leinster if we buy into it. So all this extra stuff that the club is doing, do we buy into it, and are they buying into us? Unfortunately, it doesn't get easier. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Sorry, beep that out.
Yeah, I was in college for 8 years, so yeah, not a short amount of time. I actually started doing sports science in DCU for 4 years, graduated from that in 2020, so the height of COVID. But yeah, I graduated in the middle of COVID. I guess there was no sports. I had kind of gone back to rugby after a couple of injuries and things like that, so I knew I really wanted to get as much out of like my own on-pitch playing career as I could, rather than kind of working as a sports scientist supporting other athletes. So yeah, actually just took out a piece of paper after that 4 years in DCU, took out a piece of paper in COVID and wrote down kind of modules I liked or things I wanted from a job and aspects that were important to me. And kind of what came out of that was getting to work with people. It was important to me, if I was going to play my own sports, that I wasn't kind of in a job that I could bring home and kind of still be doing bits and bobs at home and things like that. So
this is my classroom for next year, here in Scullery GNS in Lucan. So I'm very lucky to be in this school, teaching here for the last 10 plus years now anyway, probably since about 2013. Next year then in September I'll have 4th class. So I've had 4th class once before, and yeah, like that age group, I'm normally up the senior end of the school. The kids are so supportive, even the classes that I've had where I've abandoned them for a few weeks to go off and play. They've been really, really good about it. But it's nice to come for them to see that you can do the two things together between a normal everyday day-to-day job and then be able to do that on the side as well and come back to them and show them like the highs and the lows of it. I suppose coming back into them can sometimes be hard depending on how a campaign went or depending on how it went for you personally or as a team. You know, I think the biggest lesson probably that I've showed them along with the highs and the lows of the sport is more just how to deal with the lows of it, and that not everything would be a straight road or a straight path of what you want. You know, even if you want something really, really bad, it mightn't necessarily be a straight path for you, that there could be bumps and curves and upsets along the way. But if you want something bad enough, I suppose, you know, that you go out there and you'll chase it for yourself. Like I kind of use the example of Leinster. I trialled with Leinster for 2 years and got cut at 2 different stages along the way before eventually making the squad. So I think for the fact that to see that there's disappointments before being able to now be where I am today and have captained Leinster and leading into this campaign, it's really exciting. But it just kind of goes to show them that not everything has to be in a very straight line, that there's ways and means around getting to everything.
I would have been going down to the clubhouse with my dad to watch my brothers train down in Naas. So instead of annoying him on the sideline, he kind of shoved me into it. I got into underage, the minis with the lads, and from there I didn't really look back. I played with Naas minis all the way up. Took a year out for boarding school, and then I kind of just kept going from there. I was offered a scholarship through MU Barnhall in Ruth. So I played a season there, and my plan from there was to go over to Australia actually and play a little bit over there, but I ended up making the Leinster squad. So I said, you know what, started questioning whether I should go over. I then got picked for the under-20s, and after Interpros got picked to go over to Dubai with WXV3.
I guess for me, my kind of international call-up and like serious interprovincial commitments happened in my final year of college, which final year of medicine is tough enough as it is, and I remember kind of when that first the inaugural WXV competition, WXV3, which was in Dubai, was actually scheduled for, you know, the first semester of final year medicine. I had my second last examinations at Christmas of that year, and I remember thinking, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to go to Dubai and train for the guts of 6 to 9 weeks while in final year medicine. But I suppose the dreamer inside me was kind of like, God, I'll just ask. What's the worst they can say is no. And yeah, I spoke to the sports office here in RCSI, and Emily O'Brien in particular, and they, from the first day I walked in and went, I don't think I can do this, like, she turned around and was like, yes, you can. And from that moment on, they just gave me such support, and they're continually supporting me. So yeah, like, lo and behold, I was on that plane to Dubai. It was September of my final year of medicine, September 2023, and yeah, we played the WXV, and I made my international debut in the match in WXV3 against Kazakhstan, Dubai, and we actually won that tournament, so that was unbelievable. But yeah, the girls will laugh, like, the plane over, I had the laptop open, studying away. Even on the rest days over there, like, I had girls pretending to be practice patients and things like that. So, like, it was tough, but I knew that it was an opportunity. Like, I mean, my first international call up or even opportunity, and it wasn't something I was kind of willing to let go. I've been playing rugby for too long kind of to throw away an opportunity like that, so I just said I have to give both of them my best shot. I suppose now, kind of career wise and stuff, yeah, it's definitely challenging. Whatever about being a student when you're kind of studying and at the books and things like that, but being on your feet like all day and you're working 11, 12, 13, 14 hour shifts. Like, the steps I get are unbelievable, but I think a lot of the skills that I learnt whilst balancing study and rugby, things like kind of prioritising different elements of the course, or time management, or even the nutrition side of things like meal prepping and things like that. All of those I implement every single day.
They're quite a tight-knit group. You know, we're heading into our 3rd season together, and you know, we brought a couple of young ones in, but the young ones slotted in with the senior girls, and the senior girls looked after quite a few of the young ones, which was nice as well.
It's one thing I'm going to say to you, the better you get, the harder it gets. It doesn't get easier. You get more pressure, you have to train harder, you have to find extra skills to beat the person next to you. It doesn't get easier.
Before we went, I spoke first, and I kind of gave them insight of what we were looking for. So I told them all about my family history and where I came from, brought up on a farm. Being a Māori girl in New Zealand, growing up wasn't the easiest. So I think they saw that, that I was able to be vulnerable, and I think the trust within the group meant a lot of the girls were able to be vulnerable as well. And it was just a supportive night, the girls are there to support each other and to let each other know that we've got your back no matter what. And I think it's important to let each other know why we were here, why we were playing rugby for Leinster, because until you know everyone's why, you don't get an understanding or appreciation for what everyone's going through.
So I've such a big love for this squad, because you were around when that dream came true, and it wouldn't be for the support of all the E and coaches when I was shitting myself every session last year. So yeah, I really appreciate that, and I'll be forever grateful that I got to make one of my big dreams come true. So thank you.
I think everyone, I've probably played with a lot of people multiple times before this year, but I think everyone that knows me also knows that David Corri isn't too far behind, or usually on the sideline with the camera as well. So yeah, definitely family is something that resonates with me as well. My parents have supported me through everything. I think everyone knows I'm adopted as well, so I think, sorry, getting emotional. I think that's a big thing for me. Obviously, they gave me such an opportunity at a life that I mightn't have had before this. So I just want to make them so proud as well, and I'm so fortunate for the opportunities that they've given me. So yeah, family is a huge one for me.
Selection is a BITCH. It is a bitch.
Yes, Leah, yes, Leah, with you, Leah, yes, put it down, Leah.
That's the way we do that. It's fucking clever.
I think the best bit is you get to do it again. It kicks off again tomorrow. You get to defend your title. It's really exciting.
Big smacks, big pushbacks, and we get them back again. Okay, Aoife's who we want to hear on the pitch in terms of defence, any break and play, and Nikki for attack. Everyone else focusing on their job, and we listen to each other all day long. Who's excited? Yeah.